it's Sophia Hodgson from Rusty Blue 85, and I just bought a load of Pinkfresh Studio stuff. So this is all of the stuff from Pinkfresh Studio that I already had, and I may or may not have already done haul videos with these. But previously I got the alphabets. I am obsessed with their alphabets, love them. So I've got Leah's Ornate uppercase, the Heather lowercase, the Leah's Ornate lowercase, Kelly Alpha uppercase and Kelly Alpha lowercase, and I had to get these two slimline stamps because I thought they were beautiful. So as I said, I may or may not have already talked about these in previous hauls or made cards with them on my channel, so you may have seen these already. But those were all of the Pinkfresh Studio stuff that I previously had. Now their most recent release, I think it's February release, just arrived at a company called Dies to Die For. So they're local to me in that they're based in Surrey. Lots of places are based up north, and I do buy from online shops such as Bumbleberries and Seven Hills Crafts, but I do try where possible to buy from Dies to Die For because they're based in Surrey, so I feel like I'm supporting a local business. So I'm trying to support local. But yeah, so basically because of the latest release, I bought a huge amount of Pinkfresh Studio stuff. So I'm just going to go through the stuff that I bought in this particular order. So first things first is the Pinkfresh Studio Essential Jewels Mix. Look at these! Oh. I don't know how long you've been watching my videos for, but you'll probably have noticed that, you know, kind of all of my... Let's do a bit of ASMR. Ooh. If you've noticed in previous videos, I don't really use gems that much. I might use like Nuvo drops or something, but I don't really use gems. But for whatever reason, I was just kind of like, I've got to get me some gems. And this Essentials pack is great because it's got all of these little faceted gems. I'm not going to get all of them out, obviously, but kind of, if you know my normal colour palette, then you'll know that, oops, oh, that lid is not on. Then you'll know that things like greens and blues and turquoises and teals and things are my favourites, so I'm probably going to be reaching for these for a lot. But look at the brown, that is nice. And then there's this black. Oh, so anyway, I'm going to try and use more gems on my cards because I don't know, maybe I've got to a certain age in my life where I'm just kind of like, I need bling. So yeah, I had to get bling. The second I saw this stamp set, I was just like, I must have this stamp set. And the coordinating die is, so one thing that I did learn from watching the introduction videos, die cut first. So die cut this sentiment die, then put it back in, oh wait a second, I've got it somewhere. Here we go, sorry, this is a tatty spare piece of card. So die cut it first, put it into the outline, put that into a stamp positioner, and then you can line up your words perfectly because all of these 4 words are separate. If you try and stamp them first and then line up the die, the chances of lining it all up perfectly are non-existent. So die cut first, then stamp. But because all 4 words are separate, it means that you can use different coloured inks. If you don't necessarily want to use all of the words in one go, then you can kind of snip them apart and they all come apart. But yeah, just this stamp set for 2020 and 2021 was just, for me, we all need to reset and refocus, readjust and restart in 2021, all of us. But as many times as you need to. So we're all going to be coping with what we've been through differently, and we will probably need to reset hundreds of times. It's just the nature of life, but keep picking yourself up and keep going. So I needed that stamp set and matching dies to add to my collection. This leafy circle, diddy and adorable, but I think so useful. I'm definitely going to be using this a million times. I don't know, I don't think this one is. I will just have a quick check. So all of the alphabets, no, so this one didn't. Oops, tearing the beautiful packaging, sorry about that. So all of the alphabets and this die set come with, so inside here there's a little magnetic sheet. So all of the dies come on magnetic sheets, but this one doesn't because it's so tiny. But yeah, I think that that's going to be really useful, and you can. So if you perhaps, I don't know if you have the Mama Elephant mini agenda bits and pieces, you could use that to frame a little mini agenda animal or elf or something. I think that that would just be really cute to draw attention to something small. And the second I saw these curvy leaves, I was just like, I must have them. Don't know why I'm obsessed with leaves. I think that they go quite well with the You Are Amazing stamp set, but I had to get them. Had to get them. So there's 3 separate leaf dies. I think one of the examples that was used for the release was all of them in rainbow colours and just tucked into a frame, and they just looked amazing. So, you know, kind of you can either use them full size or snip them down, and as I said, you know, kind of they were used in an example rainbow colours around the edges, and I just think that they look great when they're die cut, so I'm looking forward to playing with those. And I think the rest is all stencils. I know, I got a die. Yeah, okay. I didn't move fast enough to get the layered starburst for A2 size. Although I kind of feel like I don't want the A2 size because it's specifically sized for A2, and I live in the UK. That's not actually the size of our card bases. So it's a bit too small for the card bases that we have here in the UK. So I do have an MFT sunburst one that's 6x6, and I do find that the 6x6 sized stencils are just so much better than having an A2 size stencil. So kind of sad that I missed out, but also, you know, kind of it's not the end of the world. However, I don't know if you've noticed from my Instagram, my blog, my YouTube channel, I am obsessed with slimlines, which is why I've got 2 slimline stamp sets. And so I was just kind of like, I really do feel that I would use this stencil a lot. And if you turn it over and you see the example that they've got on the back, because it layers, you get this amazing effect when you layer all of the stencils together. So I do think I will be using that for birthdays and other things. Graduation cards, I think this would be awesome. Just have like a little graduation cap there. Amazing. So yeah, really looking forward to playing with those. This is another layering stencil. It's a kind of standalone stencil, so I don't think that it comes with a stamp set. So this is the Rustic Floral Wreath. Just fold it over for a second. So it's got kind of the twigs and then 2 kind of floral clusters, one on top of the other. This coordinating die coordinates with the stencil. So the Rustic Floral Wreath, I don't think you would need to die cut first and then stencil over the die cut. So I think that this is easy enough to line up that you wouldn't need to do that, as with the Reset Refocus stamp set. So you've got several layers for the leaves, several layers for the leaves, layers for the flowers and for the twigs. And I'm looking forward to making some cards with that one as well. Spring is coming, so I'm looking forward to using those a lot. So I showed you that I already have, let me pull it out. I already have the Be Courageous stamp set. Took one look at it, had to have it, loved it. This does come with a matching stencil, so like this, you layer the stencil over the top and you can colour in all of these beautiful florals with the stencil rather than having to get out your colouring media if you don't want to colour. And I decided that in this particular purchase that I was going to purchase the matching die, because I hadn't purchased it before and I thought I didn't need it, and then I was just like, actually, do you know what, I think I would like. So I now have the coordinating die for the Be Courageous stamp set. And the You Are Amazing stamp set, I stamped it in, I've used it for a birthday card, yes, birthday card, where I stamped it with Versamark ink and then covered it in metallic green embossing powder. So the outlines were green and I was just kind of like, yeah, that's cool. But as with the Be Courageous, it does come with these matching stencils that you can layer over, and it just makes colouring in so much easier because you just swipe ink over, so you don't have to be careful about staying in the lines. And especially with a beautiful image like this where it's actually quite abstract and it doesn't have very clear defined lines, I think it's so much easier to colour it in with a stencil rather than trying to work out where you think that leaf finishes and ends, because, you know, kind of that could be, because it's got all of these lovely open flowing lines. I think trying to work out exactly where the leaves are is quite difficult. So this is what it should look like when you use the stencil. Yeah. So we've got stamp set and stencil. So now I've got those two which coordinate, and the stamp and die set for my other slimline stamp set. So I'm hoping that having things like stencils and things like dies means that I will use these even more and get even more use out of them. So that is the end of my little haul that I got from Dies to Die For of Pinkfresh Studio only stuff. Hopefully, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hopefully I will be creating with these Pinkfresh Studio bits and pieces. Do check back to my channel. If you are a subscriber, then you will get notifications of whenever I post a video. If you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing so that you can see what I create with these. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.